Man, I remember how it used to feel when I was just trapped in obsessive compulsive PMO addiction. I remember. I would get a little excited at first. I'd be like, "Oh, I'm gonna go do the PMO. Okay, cool. That's gonna let me check out and escape from whatever uncomfortable feelings I was feeling." But if you're doing PMO, you're gonna be feeling uncomfortable all the time, for the most part. I mean, once after a certain stage, you are. And so then I get on the computer, and the next thing you know, I could be looking at stuff for hours. There's some people look 24 hours. They'll just be glued there. Do you think, like, do you remember, like, the darkness that it's like this dark vortex. It's like the more you look, the harder it is to get away. Like, you just, okay, one more thing. Okay, one more thing. Next thing you know, you've been saying that for 24 hours. You don't even want to eat. You don't even want to go to the bathroom. Nothing. Just no. That's heavy. That's deep addiction. Like this dark vortex, it's pulling you like a black hole. It just keeps pulling you. It's like you can't, and then you get weaker and weaker and weaker. And the more weak you get, the more your vibration frequency goes down. And then the more your lifestyle gets bad, imbalanced, because there's no fire. Like this vortex sucked all your fire out, and you just end up just a slave. You're just a slave. That's not a healthy man. It's cool though. It's all right. Like we gotta, life, like this is no joke. Life can be super hard, and there's super intense struggles sometimes for some of us. Don't guilt and shame yourself. Obviously, if you could take back what you did or even what you're doing, you do it, right? Like what do you see, this concept that I don't know how to not talk spiritual sometimes. I mean, I don't want to blend my spiritual renaissance channel into this, but it's coming like this so let's see what happens. It's kind of a little bit of a misnomer to think that we're actually like choosing everything, So just look at your life now. If you're deep into PMO addiction, or I think most of you're not. Otherwise, why would you listen? You don't want to listen to this. You want to watch something else, But remember those times, months, years, decades that you've been doing it. Could you have not done it? Like, do you really think it's just that simple? It's just, I chose to just keep killing myself like that for, 10 years. Is that true? You see, was there really a choice? Or was it just unconsciousness kind of playing through, and you just somehow, this is what you did? So that's what my point is. There's no need. The mind wants to, it tells you to go do these things, and then it wants you to feel bad and guilty and shameful when you do it. Now, of course, you're going to feel, there's going to be some feeling like, man, I shouldn't do this, sure. Or you had a long streak and then you messed up, or it's one thing. See, there's different levels of messing up. But let's say you really messed up, or something. So then of course, you're going to somehow wish you didn't do that. That's natural. But I'm talking about the excessive guilt and shame. I made a video about this on my other channel, Transcending Shadows. I talk about this excessive guilt because it's mind-created guilt. It's not like your spirit, like guilting you. It's not that. So sometimes we gotta, like, these are the lessons and experiences that we came here to play, to experience. Because what I'm saying is, you didn't entirely just choose to have a destructive life like that, just being stuck in PMO for years. How could you consciously choose that? It's impossible. Damn, there's a lot of ants. So you couldn't just, you can't be conscious and do something unconscious. Two don't go together. So same thing. You didn't choose to stop doing it either. The mind, you may think like, oh no, I finally understood and made the choice to stop doing it. It looks like that on superficial level, but what I'm saying is there's deeper energies and forces at work here. Go see The Adjustment Bureau with Matt Damon. I don't know, it's like 15 years old or something. It's a really good movie. They depict what I'm trying to articulate. So, what's the point though of saying like you weren't entirely responsible for this? I think the point was so you don't let your mind let you feel excessively guilty and shameful. But isn't it nice when you get pulled out of that, when you stop doing that? Isn't it nice? It's like, I remember how hellish it was, but I couldn't do it. I remember like praying or just talking to some universal power saying, look, I can't stop doing this. Like, I can't stop doing this. Like, I want to stop doing this. There's nothing positive about this at all, but I can't stop doing it. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, I can't stop doing this. This was a surrender. This was a deep surrender. It wasn't my mind just saying, like, I want to stop doing this. God, can you help me? No, it was like something recognized the power of this obsessive compulsive addiction to PMO. And since that day, it's a long time ago, I've been free of that. Now, I'm not saying that has to happen for everybody. Like, it don't have to happen in that exact way. We have our own way of how God or the universe works through us. It doesn't have to be dramatic. So I gotta be careful of what's said, because then people think they need to have some exact certain experience. No, it's not like that. Now, even after that surrendered state, and I became free, at least of the deep clutches of this addiction, the edging, that's another deal. See, that's another level. That took a little time. And as we grow in consciousness, automatically the unconsciousness gets nullified. But it's not a one and you're done thing. It's an evolutionary thing. And you have to taste so somebody will say, well, why? What's the point of being unconscious and doing all these stupid things? So that you can enjoy what it feels like to be conscious. You have the contrast now. You know what it is. You're like, man, I was in the depths of hell, like that darkness. Man, I'm out of it now. That's why. So that you can appreciate and enjoy how it feels now. If you were at peace 24 hours a day since you were born, you wouldn't know nothing about peace. Somebody would say, man, I feel so peaceful. And you're like, what do you mean? What's that? We need the contrast. We need the darkness so we can enjoy the light. Like, the life is set up like that. So sometimes just be grateful. Be grateful of your progress. And don't ever start to question, like, the mind will do this. Like, is semen retention really work? I don't know. Remember how you were. See, the mind wants to forget how you were. Remember how you were. And what did semen retention do for you? Did it literally pull you out of hell? Since you've stop the PMO, do you notice like the difference? Like, is it night and day? Don't forget your bottom. Don't dwell on it or feel guilty about it, but don't forget it. It gives you, it will keep you sane, because the mind, especially after some time goes by, the mind will come back in and be like, you know, I don't really think I don't think the PMO is that big a deal, actually. The mind will do that. It will forget what it did to you. Like, we can't see it clear. This is the the game between the negative positive forces. So we have to be aligned with the highest truth, and that's why I talk about the lifestyle practices and habits and diet and semen retention. When you got that whole package together, vibration's going to be high. These thoughts can't get you. They can't get you. But it's a full spectrum lifestyle. So utilize these tools. Nature is set up to help us, and our destiny is that we transcend our lower nature. Like, you can't miss. It's going to happen. It's a question of time. and be patient at the same time. I know you want it right now, but it doesn't work like that. So be patient. When you're patient, it actually accelerates the whole process. Isn't that something? All right, have a good day.